I have an update now on the Air India crash investigation. Air India CEO Campbell Wilson has dismissed any claims of responsibility for the Air India crash. Air India CEO has stated, initial investigation found no mechanical or maintenance issue with the aircraft or the engines. Remark comes after the Indian Aviation Watchdog's report suggested the fuel switch was moved to cut off during the initial probe. US watchdog FAA and Boeing have also rejected claims made by the report. In the initial probe report, AAIB references a 2018 FAA report advising inspection of the fuel switch locks. This 2018 FAA advisory, however, was not mandatory, therefore not followed by Air India, is what was suggested. Maintenance records show that the throttle control module on Air India Flight 171 was replaced in 2019 and 2023. On 11th July, FFA rules out the need for an airworthiness directive, declaring that the fuel control switch design is safe. Boeing backs this, stating no immediate action is needed on the aircraft. But the Pilot Association is raising serious questions. They are claiming that report appears to show, if not a direct, but in some way hinting a bias toward trying to blame pilot error as a human error. Association has rejected the claim, saying that that if there is a claim that the pilot in any way cut the switch. They are saying that the investigation itself is being driven by a presumption of pilot guilt. They are demanding full transparency. They want to be a part of this investigation and are questioning secrecy surrounding the probe. So I want you to take a look at this video that explains how the B787 fuel switches work. India Today's Anjali Pandey with the details.
So after the preliminary report in the Air India crash suggested that it was actually the fuel switch that had turned to cut off, after which the fuel supply was cut off to the engine, and which eventually led to the tragedy. There have been speculations that the pilots could have a role in this, but we'll now understand how exactly the fuel switch works. So if you look at this video, the fuel switch essentially first needs to be pulled out and then turned to either run or cut off. These are the two options that the fuel switch has. So first the pilot needs to pull the switch, and then it needs to be moved to either cut off or run. So it's a fail-safe technology that minimizes the pilot error. In fact, pilot error is nearly impossible as far as this technology and this kind of fuel switch is concerned. So this video essentially establishes how the role of the pilot is nearly impossible and is nearly minimized as far as turning off the fuel switch to cut off